We tend to think of the internet as something floating above us, data beamed through satellites, bouncing off cell towers, or living in an invisible cloud. But the actual network is tethered to the Earth. 99% of all international data traffic travels physically underwater. Right now, there are over 650 active submarine cables spanning the globe, physically linking every continent across the ocean floor. Our digital world is built on a massive physical infrastructure anchored to the seabed, not an ethereal concept in the air. If you look past the armored outer layers of these underwater pipes, the technology carrying that data is surprisingly small. The actual optical fiber cores carrying almost all intercontinental internet traffic have a combined diameter of only 3 to 7 millimeters. These hair-thin strands of glass handle the weight of global finance and every Netflix stream simultaneously. This means the physical connection for the world's communication is reduced to a few millimeters of glass resting on the ocean floor. On the seabed, these cables face constant physical threats from deep-sea fishing nets, dragged anchors, and underwater landslides. To protect them, highly specialized cable-laying ships spend months at a time on the open ocean, performing maintenance and installation. At depths of up to 2,000 meters, these ships use massive sea plows to cut narrow trenches into the sediment, burying the cable beneath the ocean floor. Because of the weight of the equipment and the precision required, this burial speed is a creeping 0.2 kilometers per hour. The nearly instantaneous speed of the internet relies on this slow, heavy, and expensive maritime engineering to exist. While the physical engineering hasn't changed, the ownership of these cables has moved into a new era of private control. For decades, traditional and highly regulated telecommunications companies owned and operated this international infrastructure. Recently, content providers, the tech giants whose platforms we use daily, have become the primary investors in these submarine networks. This chart shows how the landscape has shifted over the last decade. As traditional telecom investment drops, big tech investment has climbed to the point where Google, Meta, Amazon, and Microsoft now own or carry roughly 95% of all global internet traffic. These four giants now control nearly the entire market share for international data transport. It is a significant shift for the same companies that create digital content to also own the physical pipes that distribute it. Because these cables carry the financial data and state communications of entire nations, they have become a primary focus of the rivalry between Washington and Beijing. Many legacy cable routes pass through narrow geographic choke points, leaving data vulnerable to surveillance or state-sponsored sabotage in contested waters. This has led to the development of new projects like the Far North Fiber. By routing through the Arctic, this cable connects Europe, Asia, and North America while physically bypassing traditional geopolitical danger zones. The project is being marketed to governments and corporations specifically for its security and its bypass of traditional routes. The physical map of the internet is being redrawn to account for these underwater tensions. This consolidation of infrastructure into a few private hands is now drawing the attention of anti-monopoly groups like the Open Markets Institute. It raises the question of whether it is safe for a handful of tech monopolies to control the world's most vital public infrastructure. A major disruption to these cables, whether through accident, corporate negligence, or deliberate sabotage, would have immediate global consequences. Ultimately, we are reminded that the invisible cloud is actually a vulnerable physical system resting right on the ocean floor. Every digital action we take, from an email to a video upload, forces our data to the bottom of the ocean, through a physical landscape now controlled by tech giants and monitored by global superpowers.